Hi, my name is Ronie Brolin, and I'm the director of Black King. I'm a Swedish filmmaker.
Excellent. And there's something really unique that I don't think a lot of people realize exists in Sweden, but you're an independent filmmaker.
Yes, I am.
Can you talk a little bit about journey where in your country most people go to the government, they receive government financing and oversight, and you've chosen a different path. So.
You can say that it are different levels of filmmaking in Sweden, and as you said, that making the big movies you need the government funding, but we have chosen to do in other ways to reach other audiences,
okay.
and mostly youngsters,
okay.
We work a lot with social questions, and then we can also get funding from different kind of funds or places where not traditionally funds films. So that's why we can work in different kind of project where we use film as tool instead of just having the film as the final goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you think that the younger generation responds more to the idea of having these films where it's a tool to create conversation versus an older generation?
I think you can reach out to the younger audience with a film in a much better way than to just start to discuss something with them. If they all watch a movie about something, they all start to discuss from the same point. So I think you can reach a better level of discussion afterwards, yes.
And has the internet and social media and technology today made it easier for you as an independent filmmaker to connect with that young audience and to have this discussion?
To connect, absolutely. The next question that I think the whole business is worrying about is how to get the economical part in it also. Yeah.
And for yourself, are you having success in that area of making the economic model work as well?
I cannot say that, but no.
What's in your dreams? Like what's missing that you think would make a difference for things to work better?
Wow. Well, that's a good question. If we knew that, I think we. Well, if for the economical part.
Yeah, maybe that's the subject of your next film.
Yeah, might be. Yeah, but that's a tricky one because I don't know really how to get people to understand that everything with culture, art also need to get funding. And in Sweden, as you said earlier, it's mostly government funding, not only films, everything. Yeah. And I think that everyone needs to understand, even the government, that people need to buy art, to pay for it, to view.
It's not just there worldwide. Like over here, we have no government funding for anything, and people still think that all the art should be given away.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know. I don't have the answer either.
Yeah, no. It's a big discussion. Yeah.
Well, tell us the discussion about the Black King.
Yeah.
Where did it come from? Where did you choose the subject? Where did you come up with the points that you wanted for people to consider and talk about?
Yeah. Well, the project set out to be a discussion about safety in society, and mostly to get young people to talk about their own town, their own community, and often young people don't think that is so fun. So we talk about making a film about them, about their city, and we didn't know what it should be about, but we wanted to discuss it with them. So we interviewed over 1,000 of youngsters, and talked about them, how they act with each other, how they have their family relations, about peer pressure and alcohol and violence and drugs, and then we created a story from this. And when we had that material, we also took advice and discussed with police departments and you have the prisons and all this the what you say, the society around. And the purpose is to get youngsters to think one step ahead, so they can understand that even small choices can have major consequences later in life.
Yes.
And that's maybe not something that you think about all the time, even when you are older. But I think Black King really get everyone to think.
And it's already been released in Sweden, correct?
Yeah. No.
And how have people been responding?
Well, most of them is they are deeply touched and a bit not afraid, but they see it is truly like a reality, and they are afraid of that. Okay. They are afraid of the reality, because when you can see it, you believe it. When you just read it in a newspaper, you can flip pages and go on. But with this movie, it got very emotional, and you remember it. And that also the purpose, that you should remember it. So everyone will get a little bad bad samvete.
Consequences?
Conscience.
Conscience.
Yeah, everyone
conscience.
got a bad conscience about not doing anything.
Okay. And do you sell the therapist with the screening?
Actually, when they do the screening in schools, they have a material that prepare the teachers for the discussions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Warning, after watching this film, your child may be a basket case.
Well, yeah.
But it's okay. Don't worry, it's not them. It's all about you as the parent. But we're prepared. Wait for volume number 2.
Yes, absolutely.
Black King Part 2. Fixing the destruction of Part 1.
Yes.
Now, obviously we know you're a great filmmaker, but it sounds almost like you're a sociologist. Do you have a scientific background, like to be doing this amount of research? Like where does that come from?
I just have an interest in people.
Okay.
And I have worked with youngsters for a long time in different kind of projects, and I like to write, and I like to tell stories that really mean something. So film was a language that I could I know it, and I could talk it, and I could show what to talk about the social problems is not easy. Because it's all about feelings, and it's different feelings from people to people or persons. But can you show it? You can get other persons to understand different kind of problems. And if you can create a discussion for something to prevent things from happen, then you reach a great goal.
That's wonderful. I mean, it's a totally new generation. I still have no problems with men who have no emotions whatsoever. But the world has changed. What do you hope that the audiences who come see this film will take away from it?
Well, the deep thing is to care more, and to understand the different kind of persons, and maybe not to also understand the one who get on the wrong path, because everyone has not choose it. Many small things can get a large consequence, and when you begin to walk the wrong way, in the beginning you don't think it's too bad, but soon you will make a series of choices that, and you lose control. You can't go back. You got to.
It makes perfect sense that hopefully by talking about it and realizing, and then through the visualization of film, people can see the domino effect of
Yeah.
how one small little bad choice
Mhm.
can change their whole life.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And nowadays, more and more, it's important for kids and parents to talk about it even younger and younger.
Yes, and that's mostly I think about all the internet and its easy access to all information, and because you need even very young children needs to make a lot of choices every day, and that their parents didn't need to do in that age, because all with the globalization and everything, everyone has access to everything. A 5-year-old has access to the things that maybe you were 15, so everyone needs to do more choices earlier, and that's why I think they're getting more confused, because they are not mentally prepared for it.
Well, that's amazing. I'm so glad that we have met you,
Oh, great!
and that
thank
we're
you.
bringing this film here to the United States.
Yeah.
What are you working on now?
Well, a different kind of projects. We are doing like movie camps for youngsters in Sweden, and there are always new movie projects. And let's see what happens next. It's partly in the same as Black King, not number 2, but it's more like younger children than the
The Black
children.
Prince?
The Black Prince, yes. It's about children abuse and so yeah.
Okay. Great. Well, it's a deep subject, so it's kind of weird to say I look forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you're doing great work,
Yeah,
and
thank you.
excited to continue.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.